Hi, I'm Alan, and this is Prayers to the Dice Gods, and today we're looking at the Angels of Vengeance. Now, the Angels of Vengeance are a nice straightforward black paint scheme, so today we're going to do that. We're just going to do some nice easy grey edge highlight. So we're cracking out the Leadbelcher here, and we're going to do all of the silver parts of the gun and the belt buckle. And next up we're doing the gold on the chest eagle. Next up, you know it, my favourite brown, Rhinox hide onto all of the leather pouches around his waist. Now we're adding that bit of cream just to that little scroll that's on the gun casing. Now we're cracking out the Mephiston Red here, and we are going to use that on the gun casing because, of course, we love anything that looks like the 90s box art for any Space Marine. Now we're cracking out the Mechanicus Standard Grey to do our first set of highlights around the edges of our black power armour. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of edge highlighting for black armour, but this one's looking nice and clean so far. I think when the next lot of highlights go on, it should look pretty good. Now we're just going to go around with Celestra Grey and we're going to highlight all of those upward facing angles on the power armour just to give it that extra bit of pop. Just dropping some Seripham Sepia onto the ribbon on the gun casing, as well as the gold on the chest eagle, just to pick out some of those details, giving a nice little bit of shading. As always, we're cracking out the Mornfang brown here. We're going to go around the edges of those pouches. We're also going to put on a couple of lines, just so it looks like it's got that extra bit of wear and tear. Let's not forget that we like to finish all of our brown highlighting off with our XV88. We're going to go around all of the edges again. We're also going to kind of go underneath those lines on those pouches just to make them look a little bit more worn. So we've cracked out the Mephiston Red again here. We're going over those flat panels on the bolter casing, making sure that we don't go into any of those recesses and ruining that Nuln or shading that we've got there. Now we're going through our favourite red workup. We're going for the Evil Sun Scarlet for the first lot of highlights all along the edges of those panels. And then we're going to switch over to our Wildrider Red, where we're going to just do the top facing panels just to make it look like the light's hitting it. Would you believe it? We've got out the Leadbelcher again to do our first lot of highlights along the silver parts of the gun. Then, of course, we're going to switch over to our Runefang steel to do the last lot of highlights, just to give it that nice little shine just along those top angles. So we're doing the nice easy gold work up here. With the Retributor armour, we're going to mix in just a little bit of Runefang steel a couple of times. We'll run that around just to give it a nice extra little bit of shine towards those upward facing angles. So as with all of the other models in this series, it's just getting a nice plain black base. That's just because it's heading into a display cabinet. So there we have it, a nice simple black edge highlighted armour for the Angels of Vengeance and the beautiful 90s red bolter casing. Always a big fan of that. In general, I think the model looks pretty good considering its beginner techniques. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you get all of the notifications as and when the new videos are released. The Dice Gods favour the painted army,